Hello.
Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast.
Here we are.
It's Monday. It's the last week in April.
Oh, God, I cannot believe it.
Can we believe that?
It's craziness.
Where's time go? And I think when this posts, it'll be like the second to last day in April.
Correct, because Saturday
It's the last day.
is, yeah.
Yeah. And so this is a podcast or video cast or whatever this thing is.
Vlog.
A vlog of knitting and yarn and sometimes crocheting. Might be lots of complaining if there's crocheting happening.
We have some awesome examples of crochet in our front window, I will say that.
Yeah.
I actually was thinking I would take a picture of the front window and post it just because it looks so
it's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah,
It's
Ariana
gorgeous.
did such a beautiful job with that.
Yeah.
And our team here, because I believe there was quite a few people making pom-poms. Right? Yeah.
And so we're here in our yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont, where you can buy most of the things that we're going to talk about today and show today, or some version of them.
Yeah.
And you can find the store out on all social media as Must Love Yarn.
Indeed,
And
you can.
I will say the Instagram page has been pretty active lately.
Yeah.
Lots of cool posts and lots of neat things going on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
give that group or
Communication.
page or
Our communication
whatever
team.
a follow.
Which is like the two of us and Ariana.
There's like three of us doing it. Well, it's you two. I'm kind of just off over in the weeds. So
Oh, yeah. Every now and then I have a random thought, so then I post about it. So you're welcome.
exactly. And I'm Angela.
I'm Jen.
And you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
I always have a moment of panic when it's my turn, but you can find me on Ravelry as J Arbuckle and on Instagram as Jennifer_Arbuckle.
Nice.
Yeah. Easy for me.
Totally.
Except for to remember.
Right?
Which one is which?
Yeah.
Because I work without any notes. It's like
With
performing without a net.
exactly. With my normal PSA that is my personal account. So
Yes, is mine.
you're
Yeah.
going to see other things on there.
Yes. Cat
If you
pictures.
just want to see yarn and fiber things, the store is the one to follow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So, should we start with a podcast? Let's start with a podcast pick.
Sure.
Okay. So we have kind of an interesting pick for you today. It's kind of a combination of a couple of different things, and we expanded it. I know. It doesn't make any sense right now.
Did we?
It did. But so it starts with this really cool shawl pattern, which is called the Sushi Shawl. Try to say that 10 times fast.
She sells sushi shawls by the seashore.
Exactly. So this is the Sushi Shawl, and it was designed by our store manager, Ariana.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really kind of gorgeous triangular shawl that she designed to make look like sushi.
It's awesome.
So we've got sort of our seaweed edging, our rice in the middle, and then our salmon and wasabi and fish.
Yummy stuff.
In the middle. And we'll link to her pattern. Ariana has graciously offered all of you podcast viewers 25% off of her pattern with the coupon code MLY podcast. So if you add that into your cart and use the coupon code MLY podcast, you can get 25% off of her sushi shawl pattern,
Which is normally $5.
normally $5. And we're going to show you the yarns that you can use for this, and then we'll kind of transition into our yarn pick of the week because they're kind of related.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if we start at the top,
You have a plan for this. Awesome.
I do have a plan. So we're going to start with the wasabi and the fish. So she used teeny weeny wools.
Because you just need a teeny little bit.
Because you need just a teeny tiny bit. So we have color 8, which is sand, and color 31, chartreuse, and color 19, which is scarlet. So these are the ones that can be used to replicate the top portion, and she's telling us you really only need 3 teeny weenies, one of each color.
Yeah, like less than 30 yards.
Yeah.
For each one of them. So you could use something from your stash, obviously.
You could use stash yarn as well.
Little bits of leftovers.
Little bits. But if you don't have stash yarn in these colors, you can get these are like $1.99.
Right.
So,
right. And there are actually 35 colors of them.
Exactly. So you could make your own sushi design of whatever. So you need 3 little bits.
Right.
For the white rice, she apparently just used stash yarn for this sample, but pulled some other options. So there's we have a white rowan. This is a cotton yarn. So this could be used, the Summer Light 4-ply.
You could use the classic silky wool from Elizabeth LeBold, which is a wool silk blend. That would be really cool with the rice, actually.
Yeah, it would, because it's also textured as well.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
Yeah. Or you could use Ultra Wool Fine, which is sort of a good Barocco, like workhorse fingering weight, 100% superwash, $11.99 per skein. You don't need a huge amount of the white. You need roughly 50 grams. So you don't need a full skein of the Ultra Wool, but we don't have any 50-gram skeins of Ultra Wool, so we have to show you the full skein.
Yeah, which is why if you wanted to use a Roman Summer Light or something like that, that's a 50-gram skein.
Right, that's a 50-gram.
And this is actually as well, I think, probably. Yeah, these are both 50-gram skeins.
Smaller skeins.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so then what she did for the sushi part, or the seaweed part at the bottom, is...
It's hard probably to see on the camera. But,
I don't even think bringing it closer is going to help. But
you could maybe put a picture in there.
Yeah. So she held Ultra Wool in black with this green...
Lana Grossa. Silk
Super
hair.
Kid mohair. She held those double. But you could use just a green, like, Sport or DK weight yarn, or just green.
The mohair gives it that sort of seaweedy look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that seaweed is fuzzy necessarily, but it gives it
But
that
it has
sort of,
kind of that, it has texture to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. And veining, sort of veins of color.
And the mohair does really, like, if you see the shawl in person, it gives it sort of that little extra piece to it. So so those are all the yarns that you would need for this shawl. And I mean, really, even if you bought full skeins with a teeny weeny wool and this, I mean, it's not going to be too much more expensive.
Yeah.
Or roughly the same as like a 2 skein fingering weight shawl.
Right.
You know, something like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, a nice little way to play with some colors and color design. And so that being said, our yarn pick this week is going to be the Ultra Wool Fine, Barocco Ultra Wool Fine, in any of the colors that we have. So not just the black and the white, but any of our in-stock colors. And we've got
quite a bit in stock.
Yeah, a bunch of different colors. That's a navy right there. Navy blue.
Yes, I know. I'm holding this so nicely compared to you. Here.
So this is lots of practice. So this is 100% superwash wool. It does not have any nylon in it.
I've used this quite a bit. It's really nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's 100-gram skein. It's 400 yards. And it's just a really nice, like most of the Barocco products, it's just a really nice and affordable, reasonable product. So it retails for $11.99.
It's interesting too because some of the colors are slightly heathered and some are more solid. Like you can see that this one has some heathering to it, and the green that I'm holding does as well.
Yeah.
It's a great yarn, especially if you use part of it for this and then you just use the other part for something else. It's really, I've used it in all kinds of different things.
So I think we should make our weekly pick, podcast pick code PP Sushi.
Indeed.
Why not?
Right.
So the code PP Sushi is for the Ultra Wool, and then to get 25% off of the pattern, use MLY Podcast.
Yeah.
So sort of a double pick this week.
That's right.
Yeah.
2 kinds of discounts.
I know.
Oh, it's better than 1.
Exactly. So if you just need the pattern and you have yarn in your stash, that's cool. If you want to get the yarn from us, or again, like if you wanted to use different colors up there, I mean, you could play around with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just trying to envision all the different sushis that I've had in my head.
There's lots of different ones.
Right. Some little pickled onion.
I mean, I reserve the right to like knit one in like blues and just call it like ocean.
Right.
Where the sushi lives.
Right.
Because you could do that too with...
You sure could.
Yeah.
Right.
So that would be kind of fun. I'm sure not like I don't have a shortage of blues in my stash bin, leftover bin.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I certainly do. If you do not.
It might be kind of cool. Knit one up in some different colors.
Right. Right.
Sushi.
Yeah, it's a really cute pattern.
It is super cute.
The lace pattern in the middle where the rice is really pretty, and it's just a really fun concept. But it also, as soon as you know it's called Sushi Shawl, you got it immediately. But it doesn't scream like sushi. Like you could wear it in a lot of different places because it has a lot of it just has some nice design elements to it, especially depending on what colors you used.
Exactly. Super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun. So we hope that you enjoy this pattern and this yarn.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Happy sushi.
Right. That's right. Yeah. I was trying to think if there's a holiday coming up that would, be apropos, but I can't think of one. So it's spring.
Yeah.
Time for lighter fare.
Yeah. Except we eat sushi in my house year round. So.
Yes, as do I. Although I'm a little particular, like I like sushi, but only a few things.
Oh.
I'm limited in my scope. Yeah.
I like a relatively wide range of things, but I'm limited in my scope because other people in my house will only eat certain types.
Yeah, and I don't mind some of the raw fish, but I have sometimes have a texture issue. So, yeah.
We are real big fans of spicy tuna roll in my house.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I don't make it myself. That's too complicated.
Oh no,
I have made it before because my sister and her husband make it every now and then, and I've made it before with them, but it just seems like so much work.
No, we will get it from Chef Lou's.
Yeah.
I will buy it from Hannaford's.
Yes, I was just going to say, often I'll get it for lunch from Shaw's around the corner from where my office is.
They have a whole sushi chef in store.
Yeah.
It's made fresh daily.
Yeah, exactly. And it's delicious.
It is good. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. But this is not a podcast about sushi. So we digress.
No, it's a podcast about knitting.
But it is sometimes a podcast about food and other
Which
things.
Unfortunately is making me really hungry.
Okay, so we should
we have to move
along.
On. I just realized that I had a good lunch today, but it was not. It was a lot of lettuce.
I
Not
did
so
what
much.
I've been doing when we podcast is eating lunch at like 4. And so it's
Well, you had a weird day with your parents.
I did have a weird
Did
day.
you actually work? Did you go to work today?
Yes,
or did
this
you...
afternoon.
I wasn't sure. Yeah.
I had a dinner. It was a lunch dinner. A little too early for dinner.
Yeah. And I did have lunch
Really
late
late for
today
lunch.
because I had a meeting at noontime, but still, anyway.
Yeah.
That salad is wearing itself off quickly.
Salads.
Yeah.
So what are you? Well, let's start with what are you wearing?
So, you've seen this before.
It's back.
It's back. So I made
reimagined.
I made some amendments to it, and I'm pretty happy with them so far. I made 4 seams by hand using mattress stitch, and you can sort of see them a little bit. So they but from there, I think actually you probably can't even tell.
No.
So I created like 4 seams that run from the neckline all the way down to the bottom of the pattern by taking from the middle of each of these long white stripes and putting them together using mattress stitch from the outside. So it's like 4 inches, probably 2 on the front and 2 on the back. So there's a little bit of a pucker, I guess, maybe, or a little pleat, which I'm actually going to turn into a little dart. I just wanted to, I actually put it on, I did this Sunday. What's today? Yesterday.
Yeah. Monday.
No, Saturday I did it. I don't know. Anyway, at some point over the
Some
weekend.
point this weekend.
Right. And then I put different buttons on because I had these lovely ceramic buttons that I bought just for it, but they're very heavy. And so these are like made out of shell, so they're super lightweight, but they're also bigger. So it seems to be better. I might redo the button band still because it's very floppy. I don't like the floppy.
Did you
It's kind of an oozy sweater.
knit it on a tighter needle?
I did, I think maybe, but I might take them out
Go
and
down
redo
even.
them, or I might just put like something behind there just to make them a little bit more stable, so they don't flop as much, and then the buttons don't come apart.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I haven't washed it yet, so I'm thinking but I'm pretty happy, and I could tell immediately it's just so much better. It's still gapping in the front, but the way it fits around the neck is much better.
It's more like it's supposed to.
Yeah, it's always got a big wide neck. I have thought a little bit still about doing a row of crochet around the neck to just like pull it in a little bit tighter. So I might do that as well because I have plenty of yarn left. But anyway, so I decided to wear it back today just to show that
it can be done.
If you're unhappy with something, you should just fix it because it's fine. And now I will wear it again once I do a few more tiny modifications. But I know. Right.
Just gonna lean over. Don't mind me. Just gonna lean.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I'm waiting for it to like migrate.
I know. I'll get there soon enough.
Right.
I'm not wearing any knitwear.
Well, this is knit.
It has been. I didn't knit it. Some other machine knit it.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I was actually wearing something else earlier today, like a little vest, but I don't know where that went. So
I just feel super excited that I made it. Well, I could put. Oh my gosh, are you guys ready? Look at what Jen got. We're gonna see if it actually works.
I bought the most garish, crazy. Oh, it's not. We need the big pom pom. Oh, come on.
Oh, not big enough. Not enough
Not
mass.
enough mass.
Not enough mass.
I'm making a pom-pom the size of my head for that thing. There we go. I'm not even sure we need it because the sun is so bright.
Really bright.
But I wanted to try out our new toy.
Well, while I'm standing up here, I can put on one of my finished objects.
Your garments.
One of my garments.
Because she has a ton of finished objects and I have none.
Well, because I got a bunch of them to like almost finished.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally finished.
For some reason, I thought that was a cardigan. I don't know why.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's a sweater.
Yeah.
Look, it's got sleeves.
It's great. It looks great.
Thank you. It still needs to be blocked, and so these will settle down. They're a little poofy, but they'll settle down once it gets blocked, because that's what this yarn does. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do. So this has these fun little cuffs on them.
Yeah.
That are meant to. There's buttonholes. So it's meant to have buttons, but I kind of almost just like them.
Yeah.
Like that, because you could roll them back. Actually, I might just leave them like that without buttonholes. You can roll them back, and now they're like out of the way. It's a cute little design element.
Yeah. Nice.
Super fun. So I finished this as a Danny sweater. It's very exciting.
This is for our barber pole along.
Yes.
Or whatever.
The along.
Right. I lost track of which one was which.
Supposed to close last week, and I haven't closed it.
Oh, yeah. My sweater is still up near the neckline.
Oops. So the along is still going, just in case you guys were curious, because I haven't closed it yet. Probably maybe May 1st, just to last hurrah. Anybody still need to get their things.
Till the end of the month.
Have till the end of the month.
Which, by the time this podcast airs, it means you have until tomorrow.
2 days or so.
Right.
Yes.
And we'll see how well we stick to our thing, because you know how good.
So I'm gonna update in the show notes. May 1, 2022. Okay. So that's, I guess, what I'm wearing, and also a finished object. Which needs to be blocked, but it totally counts.
Yes,
I usually block things and lay them out in the room that I've had guests in for like the last.
I might not block the sweater when I'm done, although I should because of the lace, but I don't want it to get all big and floppy. So
this one will just, like, this yarn is just amazing.
Yeah, it'll halo
a lot more.
Yeah.
It'll just be super cool. Very pleased with it. Super fun. Did the steeks, armhole steeks. Very fun.
Lots of good techniques in that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the gradient or the color changing part worked really nicely.
Yeah, it works with this, and then it stripes across the back.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
super fun.
Yeah,
totally different.
Yeah, it is.
Sun is ridiculous.
Yep. You're right. We could push the camera back, and then we could like face each other or something, right? And then you have another finished object.
I have another finished object. So if you guys remember, 2 weeks ago, there was a big brouhaha about the Pixelated Cardi, which is a knit collage pattern. Jen's going to show it, I think.
Yes, I'm just making sure that I'm not giving anything away.
Yep.
Super cute.
Super cute. So I finished mine.
Of course you did.
Well, mostly finished. It's not blocked, again, because blocking challenges.
I have to say, I enjoyed knitting this immensely.
It's really fun.
Except for one thing kept happening. Like my stitch count kept getting off a little bit. Did you have that problem?
I don't know.
Yeah, but I didn't really care. I just sort of made it up.
I don't really pay that.
There was something, well, because there was a pattern
a big chart.
when you do the pixelated part,
Yeah.
and the gray and the colored part. For me, it was gray. It was off a little bit, but it doesn't matter, I don't think.
And I found I had a perfect button to go on this.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Kaylin Birch button.
Mm-hmm.
It's from one of our Seasons of Vermont boxes.
Yeah. That one is perfect.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah. So yours is all done. Hold it up.
So it's all done.
And you did the crochet and everything.
I did the crochet and everything. I might have run out of purple because I had to use the blue on the so that blue crochet on the edge.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like I feel like there's far more yarn for the colored part than you need. And maybe not. I'm a little concerned about there not being quite enough of the other color. And of course we were we picked whatever, our random own things.
Yeah.
But
I was telling Jen, I think I have enough of this blue left over to do a second one.
Yeah.
Just by and that's probably not the best way to gauge whether you have enough, but you could just stop the pixelated
you could
stuff
weigh it
early, but I don't know what I started with.
There was no yardage on the band?
No.
True. But do you know how much it weighed to begin with?
Don't know. I have to check the band. I didn't weigh it when I started. But if I ran out, I could just stop the pixelated part early.
Well, I'm actually thinking for my leftovers, and then I found some other yarn at home that I had forgotten because it was stuffed in the back of a thing that's like ribbon yarn and like bright colors. Yeah. Which I will never use for anything else. And I actually thought maybe I'd do kaleidoscope because I also like that pattern a lot. Yeah. Although that'll be like in the fall maybe because I don't need another humongous sweater. Yeah. So mine is not finished, but I've done the body.
Cool. That's a lot done though.
Yeah, and then so I'd have to do the crochet edging all the way around and then the sleeves. Mm-hmm. So I might be able to finish it before the podcast airs. We'll see.
The sleeves are fast.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about, but I think I can block it out a little bit.
I made mine a little bit longer. That's probably why I ran out of yarn.
Well, I might do that as well because
I think holding.
I might do 2 rows of crochet around the bottom just to make it a little bit longer. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Which size did you make?
See, mine's longer by a good couple. Here, let me move that sleeve out of the way.
Yeah.
There. Well, maybe it's not.
Where's the bottom of your sleeve?
I don't know.
Here's the bottom of my sleeve and the bottom of your sleeve. Yeah, it is.
It's a little bit longer.
I can't see the screen anymore.
Yeah.
Like an inch or so. But so what I was thinking I might do is do the crochet all the way around, and then I might do back and forth a little bit across the bottom just to make that, because I also don't want it to flip.
Well, so I think the crochet, mine's been flipping less since the crochet, and then once it's blocked.
But then if I wanted it to be a little bit longer, I could do that because I don't care. And then if the sleeves ended up being finished in the pink, I would be completely happy with that. Fine. So, and I have a lot of that left. So I'm pretty excited about it, actually. But actually, it's not bad in terms of I tried it on. Did I try it on before I cast off? I think I did, and I thought I think it could be fine. It's a little bit higher than I would normally want it to be, but
stand up and take this sweater off, and I'll try mine. Show you guys. Try it on.
It's meant to be short and sort of cropped anyway, but I must say I'm super excited about the colors. Yeah. I love the way the colors look. That's the back. It's a little bit easier to see.
Well, and what's weird,
crazy pink
is this yarn is really stretchy, so feels like it's the wrong size, and then you kind of like
Yeah.
adjust it into place, and it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's meant to just be like a little
exactly.
croppy thing, and mine will button here at the top. It's not meant to close
Right.
across the front. Well, I mean, I guess you could make it that way, and it would. They don't really want it to.
Yeah.
So
I have quite a bit of yarn left.
So these look really awesome together.
Yeah, they do.
Stripy rainbow, and
I'm glad actually, because I was kind of concerned that the blue would be like not quite enough contrast with the.
with the purple.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah.
And this the blue yarn is definitely like hand spun. It's very thick and thin.
Yeah.
So that provides some texture.
Yeah.
And contrast as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the 2 yarns that I held together for the.
Nice. You have quite a bit left.
I know, that's what I thought. And so the interesting thing about this yarn is that it truly is like lengths of ribbon. Like
just attached other yarn.
Yep. Like just random lengths of
Oh
stuff.
my god, you could totally make that.
I know.
Except I would take energy.
The ribbon queen over here could make her own. Could make her own very easily. There's a solution for all your various ribbons. But the key is to have like really wildly divergent ribbons, because you can see there's all kinds of different shapes and sizes and
super fun
and big chunks of stuff.
Super fun. I have to take this off. It's
I know.
too hot.
It's very warm
right now.
So anyway, those 2 days that I was out sick, I sort of worked on that, and I couldn't believe that I knit, the whole body of a sweater. Granted,
I know.
on big needles and whatever.
Mine
but,
was done in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I take it back. Mine.
I thought to myself, can I stay home one more day? Finish this.
So mine would have been done in 3 days.
Right.
Except I didn't have a large enough crochet hook.
I know. I had to come in and buy one.
Then we didn't have the right size here.
Oh, you know why? Because
you
I bought it.
So I had to go to Joann's and buy one there.
All right. Well, you bought the needles, and I had to make mine on substandard needles.
Totally.
But it was fine. Yeah. Anyway, so that's coming for, obviously that's a whip for me, but I am going to finish it up even though we are coming into the warmer season because I would like it to be done. And it won't take me that long. So,
nice.
Yeah.
So then I promptly cast on 2 more projects.
All right. I'm going to show my sweater because
Okay.
This is the sweater that I was also going to be done with, And I am so close. I am 20 rows away on the second sleeve.
Of not finishing things.
Yeah.
I should have done the sleeves of that other sweater. That looks awesome.
Is. I'm very happy. So you can see I'm into the lace and I'm...
We got to fix that something. That's
I'm
just getting ridiculous.
You can see. So, and I will tell you this sad story. I probably would have been done with this sweater. So I don't know why I did this, but for some reason, like an idiot, I knit the top of this sleeve that's finished on, a 16-inch circular or whatever. And then it started getting tight. And so I put it onto double pointed needles and...
It totally changed your intention?
No. No, it was just so annoying to knit the lace pattern on double pointed needles because the stitches, and it's very loose, so the stitches kept in a big needle, so they kept falling off. And I finished that sleeve and I didn't knit on it a couple nights because I was like, oh my God, I just cannot deal with that tonight. And like a smart person on this sleeve, I did the top on a 16-inch and then I am using magic loop, and it's like a world of difference.
Night and day.
Yeah, I mean, I might finish this tonight even because I did like all of this yesterday instead of doing it like an inch at a time of torture.
So my recommendation for the pixelated sleeves is to do magic loop.
Yeah.
That's what I did because I was like, I don't have 17 double points and now it's going to be ridiculous. So I just did it magic loop.
For those that are new, sorry, that's Magnolia. A version of Magnolia. Sorry. It's a bigger yarn version. I made it. It's the DK and lace weight.
So it's like a
worsted. Might even be a worsted. And I tried. No, I think this is DK, but it's a very plump one. And then so these actually are the 2 yarns individually. It's really interesting how they knit up together. And this calls for fingering plus mohair, so I just knit it at a larger gauge. Or a smaller size, larger gauge. That's the answer.
Yep.
So, and I'm enjoying, even though this is also soft and drapey, it's okay in that sweater. And I've tried it on actually several times, and it's kind of the perfect fit. As I was saying, I don't really want to wash it because I'm a little concerned it's just going to get
blown too much. Though the silk and the mohair will keep it tight.
Hopefully.
Keep it a little tightened in.
Yeah. So I might actually steam block a little bit, just the lacy parts, because the rest of it doesn't really need to be blocked. I mean, it's fine as it is. I mean, my tension's been pretty consistent, and
nice.
It's fine. And the increases across the yoke are staggered, so you don't really see them. It's just, they just all blend in. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I cast on 2 new projects.
Did you try the flexi flips? I know you were going to talk about those.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, and you like them? Because I was debating, like, if I could find a size 10, I might do my sleeves in those from now on. But
well, I got them. I do.
You're a double-pointed person, though.
I love double points, but I occasionally find them to be fiddly. I like the speed of magic loop because you can knit half of the stitches before you have to adjust. But I love the speed of just being able to, like, whoop, whoop, whoop with your double point.
Yeah.
It's like the best of both worlds.
Because you're not having to reconfigure your cord.
Don't have to reconfigure my cord. But it's basically like knitting with 2 double points. It's amazing because it's got the flex cord in the middle.
Yeah.
So you
I haven't tried those yet. I don't really knit a lot of socks, so yeah.
You could also use them for sleeves.
No, I know, but not on a size 10. We probably don't have a size 10.
I just picked up these 7s because I'm gonna use them for the farmhouse Cardi sleeves. Instead of using double points.
So the last sweater this sweater actually, I knit the sleeves on 9-inch circulars, which was a lot at the top, and then but I enjoyed it. They're a little tiny, of course, but I didn't mind that. My tension was a lot different on, like, the tension on the sleeves is actually what I wish the tension was elsewhere on the sweater. It's a hair tighter.
So I decided to give these a whirl on some shorty socks.
I like that striper.
So this is yarn from Michelle at Woolens and Nosh. It was kind of a one-of-a-kind. So she had done some rainbow striping socks. She had a vision for, or rainbow striped yarn, and it didn't turn out quite the way she wanted. So she offered it up as like a one-of-a-kind kind of thing.
What could she not like about that? It's awesome.
It's awesome, but it wasn't quite what her vision was. She redid another round. I might have some of that yarn too.
With more white space.
I can't remember. I think it was the coloring or something.
I love that.
So yeah, this is her Tarhi base.
Those colors are awesome.
Colors are awesome. I'm super excited. I'm just knitting shorty socks. God. Sometimes I can get close to 2 pairs of shorty socks out of a full skein.
Yep.
So perfect for summer. Super fun. Very potato chippy because you're like, what color's next?
Right.
Because there's so many colors.
Yeah.
They're so happy.
That's what I like about them.
Socks are so happy. So and what's funny.
Not only have you got your sock mojo back, but now you have a new kind of needle to knit them on. So you're turning them out like nothing.
So Michelle just released pre-orders for her Advent skeins, and I might have been messaging with her and was like, I can't wait, except I should maybe knit last year's Advent skeins because I haven't done it yet. And then like 30 minutes later, I texted her a picture of this, and I was like, well, it's not quite the Advent skein, but it's close enough. This is a different one. We still haven't cast on last year's Advent. Well, but it did not stop me from ordering this next year's Advent skeins.
Right, that's not coming for a long time.
No, I won't be here for a while. So I got plenty of time, but lots of time for rainbows. So yeah, her yarn's so happy.
Yeah.
So happy.
It is.
So I cast those on, and those are going, and I almost had a needle emergency because so you have to keep track of these.
Because how many come in a box?
3.
Right, and there's like a wide end, a pointed end, and a not pointed end.
Yeah, there might be.
I'm pretty sure that's the deal. Like one is sharper than the other.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, one end is sharper than the other. Well, but these are really slippy slidey, and this fell out of my bag.
Oh.
And luckily it fell out of my knitting bag. Well, this will also teach me to make sure I zip my knitting bag. Use one with a closure. But it fell out of my bag. Luckily it fell out of my office.
Did it fall out of your knitting or was it just in the bag loose?
No, it's just in the bag loose. And
that's your extra one. I get it
This is
now.
my extra one.
Yeah.
So it just slided itself right out of my knitting bag.
That's what kept happening with the double points is that they would slide out of the knitting, which was annoying. And I would have to pick up and go down. The number of times that I've dropped down in this lace pattern to try and fix it, it's just... I'm really impressed with myself that I can do surgery on lace and figure it out. Although I will tell you this, there is one section on this sleeve that is wrong and I did it 3 times and I was like, fine, it's done. I don't know what's happening. Can't get it to be back on the same row, but whatever.
Yeah. Totally fine.
Luckily the mohair is very fuzzy. Cover that right up.
So the other thing that I cast on is...
I've been eyeing this green color.
The No Need to Panic.
Oh, you did?
Sweater.
Yeah, that's a pretty color.
Yes. I did go ahead and splurge and bought some Emma's yarn, which was one of the yarns that the pattern called for. It's a merino cotton blend, so 50-50 cotton blend. And she's some really lovely, gorgeous colors.
Yeah, we have some Quince & Co.
That's
blend.
That's on its way.
Yeah, wool cotton,
That's not here yet, and I think I will probably be making a second one. But it shows, the stitch pattern really well. It's a top-down sweater. It's
a pretty summer color.
It's perfect for summer. I'm going to do a short sleeve version of it.
Yeah.
So the intent is to be able to wear it.
And it's DK weight?
DK weight. Yep. It's got a really nice feel to it.
It's a cottony feel. Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes the wool is prevalent, sometimes the cotton.
It's got kind of an interesting little, it's almost like jeans kind of...
Yeah, heathery.
And I think that's just the merino and the cotton.
Taking the dye differently.
Yeah.
Pretty.
But super fun. I love the kind of greeny color. I hemmed and hawed for a really long time. What color do I want to buy? And this is the one I settled on. It's called Tealicious.
It is pretty.
Thank you. So that's been kind of trucking along on that one.
So I have, I don't have any other works in progress, but I have 2 future. Well, I do. I haven't quite started it, but I bought the yarn yesterday. So I have to make a sample for my new pattern for Seasons of Vermont in June. So that is actually, I'm going to finish these 2 sweaters and work on that probably for the next, has to be done by the end of May. So,
next month or so.
Yeah, and since I didn't have sample yarn from our 2 dyers, I bought a skein of each from them here that we had in the store. So it won't be the same as what's in the Season of Vermont box, but it will be the same concept,
time of yarn.
Light and dark. Yeah. And so that's going to go onto the needles this week as well. And then I really want to work on that sea glass tee that I started last year. But I also have been, so I bought this yarn. This is Northern Lights, is that what it's called? It's
like a lace weight almost.
Yeah, Northern Wool, Levity. It is a 4-ply lace weight, so 600 yards, 100 grams. And it is an upcycled yarn that is made from recovered fiber from large-scale manufacturing. And Katie from Cloverworks / Bobolink Yarns is making this. This is sort of a separate venture from Bobolink's yarn. And I bought it just because I just fell in love with this super saturated
bright
red pink color. It's hard to see,
it's
but there are pink.
It's a very unique color.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I was thinking about it a little bit, and the color, because of summertime for some reason, is just appealing to me. So I'm going to make a love note with it because I think that would be perfect summertime love note kind of sweater. And so I need to find a mohair to go with it, which I have not had success in the store.
You know, you could also just hold that double and not do a mohair.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I actually kind of want the
fuzzy.
Because it's lace weight, I would like something with a little heft to it. But I could. I also thought about holding it with another lace weight, because that's another option, but I want this color.
Yeah, that color is pretty spectacular.
It's a perfect red for me, red pink color. So I have some red mohair at home that was meant to be for that sweater, and it's kind of okay, but it's not really what I wanted. So
you know you're gonna order something.
Probably. I looked hard at all of our local
did.
dyers, and I scoured the store, and so that's gonna happen this summer sometime. And then
I bet, doesn't Christy have?
I looked on her website.
Fluorescent pink one.
Not in the mohair. I looked on her website. Yeah, she probably could do something for me, but you know me, I like to.
Right now.
Like I'm going to cast it on this week, along with these 12 other things I'm casting on and trying to finish. Probably not. But so this sweater was published this week, over the weekend actually, and I am going to make this sweater. So
that's gorgeous.
It's, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's spelled Vejers. It's another Camillipod pattern. 5 colors plus the main color. And as soon as I saw it pop up. So the thing is, I have yarn at home. I was going to use it to make the Miera sweater. I've had it for a long time. It's yarn that we actually carried in the store for a while, and then we discontinued. And so for me, it'll be like a teal, a green, a dark gray, and then the base color, which is sort of a cream. So I may not have 5 colors, but it'll be fine. I have a base color that's a primrose colorway that's like a cream color with like speckles of all those colors in it. There might be 4 colors. It might be another blue.
Is it fingering weight?
It's a DK sport weight.
DK
so
sport.
I actually wouldn't have to. I would just knit it as directed.
What?
Right. Crazy talk. I don't even know.
Who are you?
I know, right? Craziness. But anyway, I just wanted to share that pattern in case other people have not seen it yet, or if you're a fan of hers. I've been enjoying this other pattern that I've been working on, and I just really love her sense of style. And it's a simple color work sweater, but it's really pretty. So
nice.
That's on the list, along with all the other things that have on that simmering list, which once again only have my name. Oh no,
there's a couple
Thank
of
gosh
mine
that you've added a few of your own.
Yeah. One of them that I should pull out of timeout and knit the sleeves, and
you have the needles for it now.
Now
right?
I have the needles because I'm gonna do my sleeves on these.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
Yeah.
We have the Sunflower Rising cowl and hat
little
patterns
update
and yarn over the weekend.
Came yesterday.
Yes, the yarn
cowl
came in.
And hats. Look how she did the hats. Isn't that
so
awesome?
Cute.
Yeah. So that's the hat kit. This is the cowl kit.
So we still have a few kits left, but in the meantime, over the weekend, we made an $1,800 donation.
Cool. Yep.
$900 to Central World Kitchen and $900 to the International Red Cross.
Central Kitchen.
What did I say?
Central World.
No,
Either way.
World Central Kitchen.
You all know.
The place that feeds people.
Right. Yeah, so I'm super
excited.
It's awesome.
So thank you for everybody who's bought kits so far. We still have a few kits left if you're still interested.
Just a couple, really, truly. I think we only have 1 or 2 of these left, and I
like,
think maybe 5 or something.
Yeah,
5 or 6.
Not a huge amount. So thank you to everybody, and to everybody who's just purchased the patterns as well. We really appreciate it, and we really are so happy to be able to make that size of a donation to 2 very good organizations.
Yeah, and as I said, Christy dropped the yarn off yesterday, so those will be going out in the mail tomorrow. So by the time you may have already received
yarn.
it, right?
Yay!
Yeah, exactly.
So please make sure you tag us and tag Christy from Fiber Stash. We'd love to see your projects.
Yeah.
And
some people already have. Like there's some projects already posting on Ravelry, so that makes me happy also.
So amazing.
Yeah.
And if you wanted a twofer, you could knit the hat and knit the cowl and then donate it to our Warmth with Yarn cowls that we do every fall, where we collect donations and then donate them back out into the community so people can stay warm. So if you wanted to do a twofer, you could do it that way too.
Exactly right.
So
there's a slim chance, actually, for those of you that bought the cowl kits, there is a slim chance that you'll have enough yarn to do the cowl and the hat, but I didn't feel really comfortable with that because it will be a close call. So, and depending on whether you make the hat exactly or whether you want to make it longer or whatever. So anyway, it's very close, but it might be possible that you could do them. We were pretty generous in the yarn. We did the 2 full skeins, even though you don't need 2 full skeins to do the cowl. So we were pretty generous with that kit. This one's a little bit closer. Ooh, it's still more than you need because we like to be careful. But
Right. We don't really want people to run out.
Right. But anyway, for those that were wondering, and depending on whether you're a tight knitter or loose, or if you add the cowl, you could add repeats too. So if you wanted to make it longer and more of a shoulder cozy instead of a cowl, you could do that. So anyway.
Yeah.
Plenty of yarn.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, it's exciting for that.
It is. I'm so happy. Yarn's here, and we're going to be able to get that stuff shipped out, and then we made a nice donation.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody.
Yeah, now if we could just solve the problems over there.
Right.
But beyond our control.
Exactly. Our class schedule is up. There's new classes sort of going up on it all the time. There's a crocheted top class that's coming up.
Yeah.
Some color work classes that are coming up. Just, check the schedule.
Yep.
Like every Saturday there's something going on. But if we don't get enough folks signed up, we won't run the classes, but go take a look. Hopefully something catches your eye.
Yeah.
Saturday, which is tomorrow,
right.
If you're watching on Friday, is local yarn shop day.
Mm-hmm.
So please go out and support your local yarn shop.
Wherever you are.
Because it's so vital that folks continue to shop with their local stores or they can't stay open.
Yeah.
And so this is just a big celebration day for those bricks and mortar stores. Lots of companies are doing free patterns. There's special yarns that some of our local dyers do for that. We're going to have all of that kind of stuff up and available.
And we have a trunk, and we have a trunk show.
And we're having a trunk show
with Katie from Boboling's Yarn.
Yeah.
And so she has recently upped the amount of yarn that she wants us to carry for her. And so she's coming to sort of formally kick off that. And she's bringing even more yarn with her and more kits and things.
And more samples and so it'll be really cool. A way to see one of our local farmers and yarn producers.
That's right. So she'll be here from 10 to 3 on Saturday.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then we do have 2 classes posted. Right now, I'm not sure where they're at. I haven't looked. So if you're interested in learning a little bit about gauged.
Apparently I should sign up for your class.
You did pretty well on your last one.
I know, right?
Flying
by the seat of my pants.
That's right. Then there's a class about that. And then I think, what was the other one? Oh, magical geometry. Shawl.
Yeah.
Shawl tips and techniques. So,
just gonna leave that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's actually nice light.
Yeah, it's not
Sun
bad.
Sort of paused
Not
behind
bad
a
at
cloud. So,
and we have, just to give you a little sneak peek and a little sneak preview, I am currently working on putting together farmers market style events over the whole summer. So they're going to happen one day a month. We're going to kick them off for Worldwide Knit in Public Day, and we're going to run them on the second Saturday of every month through September. So there'll be 4 of them.
So the second one will be during the Great Northern Yarn Haul, and then August will be
just randomly August for fun.
Right.
And then September, we're kind of calling our lead up to Vermont Sheep and Wool. So it'll be a few weeks before Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival.
Yeah.
So we're, sort of in the stages of starting to reach out to our vendors and don't have sort of a schedule for you, but just wanted to give you a heads up that event is coming. It's going to be outside like we've done before with tents in front of the store. And we're super excited.
Yeah.
I've been talking about wanting to do a farmer's market style event for years.
And we've done a few of those little pop-up markets. And so we probably will continue doing them in the fall. We did pretty well. Or maybe we'll just do them in the December like we did
November,
last
December
year.
like we did last year. That was kind of fun too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how this one goes over the summer. And keep an eye out as we finalize all of the details. We will have that certainly posted out and start pushing to let you know who's going to be here when.
Yeah. And I deep into Great Northern Yarn Haul organization. So we, so July 8th, I believe, through the 31st. Yeah. So we've talked a little bit also about the second weekend of Great Northern Yarn Haul. We might do a special indie dyeing workshop here. So we got to sort that out. But that's also in the cards. If you're thinking about coming for Great Northern Yarn Haul, it's going to be tough. So the first weekend, now there's something for the second weekend, see what's happening for the third weekend.
Maybe you'll have to schedule Stitch and Pitch.
Yeah. For that third week.
We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, well,
so,
COVID, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, yeah. Probably should call those people up.
Probably should, because they've had some management changes over there. So our
I'm not sure. I mean,
our guy's not there anymore.
They didn't actually. Did they play last year?
Yeah,
they did.
They didn't play the year before.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We just didn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's always a fun night. Yeah.
Super fun.
So
yes,
a little bit less class time probably during the summer, but more event time.
Yeah,
as
more
usual.
Events. Totally. All right. Also wanted to show we just got a big shipment of books from Lina.
Yeah.
We try to stock up in order because they have to come from overseas, so the shipping is.
And their books are not lightweight.
No. Well, okay, so this isn't.
Right.
But Making number 13 is out and available. It's for purchase. So like always, these are gorgeous with beautiful art. There's that's a really fun backpack handbag. I didn't even know it was in here, and I'm still buying the magazine. I'm like, I want that. See, cool little toter bag.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, if you haven't seen Making before, it's a collection of embroidery patterns, sewing patterns, knitting and crocheting patterns, sometimes fiber dyeing patterns, basically all things making. So it's kind of a collection of all the crafts centered around sort of a theme. And this one, the theme is outside.
Yeah, and then this, so I'm sure some of you...
Lina collection.
I was going to say, I'm sure some of you have seen this, and because it's been out for a little bit of time. So this is worsted, and it is a knitwear collection that, I never pronounce her name correctly, but Labian Ami, so Ami Giel, put together, where she reached out to a bunch of amazing designers and asked them to design a pattern. So the book is all of those patterns, and it includes everybody from Stephen West to Andrea Mowry to Maxim Sear, Nora Gunn, Nancy Marchand. I mean, it's really, there's an incredible list of names.
Yeah.
And the patterns are, as you can imagine,
spectacular,
sort of beautifully presented, and everything is worsted weight yarn, so it's kind of fun all by itself.
Yeah.
There's just some really beautiful patterns in here. So we have that.
And we have Strands of Joy, which is a collection of 20 colorwork patterns. So it has both sweaters and cardigans, as well as apparently a dress, a hat, and a kid's pullover. Most of them are 2-color projects.
It's kind of a modern set of Fair Isle inspired things, right?
But again, very, well artistic photos and, sort of beautiful yarns and patterns. So it's like gorgeous sweater coat.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So lovely. So this one, we've got this one in stock. And then Jen's got sort of our third one that came in here.
Crochet Crush.
Crochet Crush.
Yes, for all you crocheters out there. 23 patterns from home decor and accessories. So it's a very timeless but modern take on crochet. And so you can see just from the cover pattern alone, those super cute little purses. And then there's just a whole collection of beautiful modern crochet. Sorry, I don't want to bend the spine of the book, but that's the granny square, but like reimagined with color in a way that makes it really modern and not quite so Actually, it's not a granny square. I take it back now that I can see it up close, but it's just a beautiful pattern. So there's bags and vases, blankets and pillows, and there's just super cute. Who can resist that bag?
That is adorable.
Smiley face bag.
Super adorable.
Yeah, so
We'll put
their books
links,
are so beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
links
really,
to all these books in the show notes.
Yeah.
But those are new arrivals for us on the book front. And we have a pretty well curated book collection at this point. We have a whole beautiful table display.
Yeah.
So if you're local, come take a look, browse. It's the gorgeous. I dare you to walk out of here without picking one up and taking it home with you.
Yes.
Because it happens all the time. That making version's actually mine. And
Yes.
It's going home with me. Because I'm trying to resist the urge to buy the graphic novel one.
Knit strips.
Knit strips, because I'm intrigued with that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe next time we podcast. There's still...
We showed that.
Yeah, we did.
Ago,
yeah.
Maybe one time ago. Yeah. I know. It's great.
We only have a couple left, though, so I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I should buy it now if I want it.
We can restock.
I know we can. I know we can. So we have a few alongs going. We have the along, the snuggle along, which based on earlier podcast comments.
Also, it's not closed.
Neither of those are closed.
And is that one? Oh, that was supposed to end.
That's supposed to end May 1st. So.
I'll be done. I will have finished my project. That's so exciting.
What?
Oh.
You got the lights to go on?
All right. Who knows? All right.
Jen's long arms.
I guess. Or it just depends on where the sensor is, probably.
I don't know.
Maybe it's closer to me.
Okay, well, we didn't need a cat toy. We just needed
I'm
hoorays.
still making a pom-pom for that.
We needed the wave out of Jen.
Right. That's right.
We also have the Seasons of Vermont along. So this is just using any of our Seasons of Vermont yarns, patterns, the whole kit and caboodle to just give you some inspiration for joining us with using some of those products. That one's scheduled to run through the middle of May. We'll see how it's going.
Yeah. We'll have a new one, I think. Well, my original plan was, of course, to release it on the solstice because I'm attached to those dates this year. But I've changed my mind and decided that we'll release it on June 10th because
right before
Worldwide and Public Day is on the 11th. So that'll be better timing.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I guess I need to come up with some more alongs.
Yeah, I was thinking about something the other day. I'm always thinking about it. I just never.
I never
write them down.
Like we should do like a summer tank along. Because there's a bunch of new patterns.
I know we always do, and really because there's so many cool patterns. It's really, yeah.
Have you seen the new? It's a T-shirt, but there's also a tank version of it by Laura Nelkin.
Maybe.
It's been all over social media. Let me see. What is it called? What is it called? Because I will get the name wrong. So pardon me while I go hop on my phone here to tell me what the name of that pattern is. And of course I did not save it in my favorites. Why would I do that?
Right, because that's,
It's not like that's what the favorites are for.
Let's see if Google can find it faster.
Who's gonna find it faster?
I feel like I did see it. Siri is trying to help me. Come on, get out of here. We don't talk.
The solar tank. It's got these cute little like panels down the side. It's called the solar tank.
Did you say there was a T-shirt?
And there's a T-shirt version as well. It's called the Solar Tee. Solar Tee, there it is. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's cute with those little cap sleeves.
Yeah. It's got kind of cool little lace detail on the sleeves
pretty.
And down the side.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was thinking about. I saw someone else doing this, and I thought it might be a fun idea for the along-alongs. Some people do like one square at a time, Afghan sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a year-long adventure.
That would be a fun one to start like in January.
Mm-hmm. Or the other thing I saw something, it was interesting because it wasn't in a knitting thing. But of course, because it was a knitting thing, I'm always, like, ooh. It was in probably sustainable architecture sort of thing that I saw. And someone had done temperature. They had knitted the temperature things.
Oh, yeah, the temperature
and they were
scarf.
on display as part of this exhibit because it was an easy way to show the temperature shifts for climate change. And so it was very, I was like, interesting. A new use of that. But I've always wanted to do one of those temperature knit-alongs, and I just never really have done it.
Yeah.
I keep thinking about it, but maybe next year we'll start that in January. Could do it all year round.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
A good use of all the little bits and pieces.
Exactly. So, well, I think that's all that's on my list of things.
Yeah, and I'm still hungry, so.
Yes. I know.
It might be time.
It's time, I think, for us to sign off today.
The most amazing thing I do have to say, though, is because it gets light up here and it stays light. Like I heard the other day that we're already up to 13 hours of daylight plus. It's just hard to believe, like 2 months ago we were at like 8. So here we are at 13, heading towards like 15 or 16,
gorgeous.
I think, in the end.
Yeah.
In June, when we switch over, it'll be, light from 4 o'clock in the morning to
8, almost 9 o'clock
9,
at night.
a little bit later. Yeah. And it's
6:30 right now.
6:30 and it's
bright.
Yeah, that part is good, I have to say.
Yeah.
And now that it's, summertime, 62. It's crazy.
Exactly.
I think it's supposed to be nice all week, actually. I have to drive to Boston tomorrow, or north of Boston, so super fun.
See ya.
For a 5 p.m. meeting, always my favorite.
Evening stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down and back.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
thanks
all right.
everybody for coming and hanging out with us for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe I can get some knitting in if I make my colleague drive.
There you go. You should do that.
He can drive down, I'll drive home.
There you go.
When it's dark.
When it's dark and you can't knit anyway.
Right.
Exactly. So.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
We'll see y'all in a couple of weeks, hopefully.
Visit your local yarn stores tomorrow,
Yes,
please.
Please.
Just go say hi, if nothing else.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Knit it on.
All right.
Doohickeys on.
Okay. I found this beautiful new pattern that, not that I have any business in choosing new patterns, but
right.
Did you see this?
I did not see that. That is amazing.
Yeah, I meant to bring the yarn for it. I have a yarn for a sweater. You'll see this in a minute, folks. I have yarn for another sweater that I was going to make, and it's been sitting at home. And I started it. I did a swatch, and I like it, but the pattern was annoying me, and so you're welcome.
Well, see, that's gonna be amazing.
Yes, I did.
Is the camera crooked? Because I can't tell.
It does
feel slightly crooked.
Yeah, I'm like.
All right.
Here. Yes. I think maybe because it's not parallel with the edge of the table again. Do you know what I mean? Like the table is.
Yeah.
And then it either needs to go this way, just a hair.
Too much?
Yeah. Yes. That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Okay. Sorry, everybody that just got jumbled around.
Little motion sickness.
Little motion sickness.
I forgot what I was saying, but I'm sure it was not important. Oh, 2 weeks. I was trying to think. Oh, you know what? I lost time. That's why it seems like we were just here yesterday.
Yeah.
I had a cold, a really bad cold, actually. I stayed home from work for 2 days.
Whoa.
Like right after we podcast the last time.
Ugh.
So, and still I have a little bit of it hanging out there. But, yeah, it's my first post-COVID cold. And I did test to be 100% sure that I didn't have to call you and say, I know we podcast 2 nights ago. And by the way, and also, but I was completely negative. I tested twice, even though you're not supposed to when you're fine the first time.
Yeah.
But
just in case.
yeah, well, it's one of those things, where there's a lot of directions. I haven't really used one of those test kits before because I haven't needed to.
Right.
And, they're very specific. 6 drops.
Yeah, oh yeah.
No more, no less.
Yeah.
And I was like, there might have been 7. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
drops came out fast.
Yeah.
So,
having 2 kids, we've done
yes.
quite a few tests.
Yeah, it was very definitive, so I was not worried. But it, yeah, I mean, if I had really had a million things to do at work, it was kind of a quiet week, so I just stayed home and I did a few meetings from my couch. But I was, if I had really had a lot going on, I would have forced myself. But it was a bad cold.
It's probably the same one that, like,
a million people
one
seem
of my
to be sick
kids
with.
Abigail had it, and now John has it.
I did burn right through, though. I got to say that. I think, for me, usually I just muscle right through and I keep working and it's whatever. But
yeah,
I'm just miserable, but I'm, getting stuff done. But my brain was 100%.
Yeah.
And also, I have found that if I actually just give in for a couple of days,
then you feel better.
Then I get better faster.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what happened. Like by the 3rd day, I was like, all right, off we go. And you could still hear it in my voice, but anyway. But as a result, I did quite a bit of knitting because that was all I could really do.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I know, that's how I gauge
But only the great big pattern with the big needles and the big yarn.
That's how I gauge my own illness at times. Mm-hmm. If I cannot knit, I know that I just need to go to bed.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's been my couple weeks.
Nice.
Yeah. You have a lot to talk about, probably, right?
I do. Some more so than others.
Mm-hmm.
My parents have been here. They just left today.
When did they come
Monday,
again?
Day before Easter.
Oh, so that was a good long visit.
Yeah, a little bit over a week.
Mm-hmm. Did they stay with you or did they stay?
Did stay with us.
Yeah.
So.
But you worked all last week, or most of it?
I did work most of last week because I had a horrible, horrible court schedule last week. It's miserable.
They got to hang out with their grandkids.
So they did, because it was spring break,
Mm-hmm.
April break, and so the kids were off, and so they got to hang out with their grandparents all week. We have not seen my parents since the fall of 2019.
I just can't believe it's been that long. I mean, obviously you've been doing this stuff, but it's not the same.
Yeah, no, not the same. So it was really nice to be able to see them, and just, they tried to come out last summer, and just the travel situation was not good, and their flights kept getting bumped, and they finally had to cancel. So they made it, and that was good, and we're kind of all getting geared up because we're going out there in August for like 3 weeks. We're gonna be gone a really long time.
Yeah.
Just putting my foot down and just saying, we're going. Too bad work.
Yeah.
I need a break, and I need to go.
Pooch. Poor little Pooch.
Oh, that's a whole nother issue.
Yes. My sister was gone last week, and I had chicken duty. It's very exciting.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you guys got to hang out and see each other after all that time. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Really long time.
Yeah.
Just kind of dumb.
Yeah. And when you go out in the summer, are you spending the whole time in Oregon, or are you going?
We'll be the whole time in Oregon.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Maybe you'll see your brother. Probably.
We are.
Yeah.
He's gonna come. He and his family are gonna come down, and we've rented a house. In a place
so
different from where my parents live, so everybody's kind of taking vacation together.
Yeah.
We're gonna spend a few days when we first get there in Portland. Stay in a hotel and kind of go see some of the sites.
Yeah.
A lot of Portland's changed since I've moved here.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited to see.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff going on there.
I'm pretty sure there's some good yarn shops there.
There might be one a 3-minute walk from our hotel because I have already looked.
This is where we're staying.
We're a 5-minute walk to Powell's bookstore and a 3-minute walk to a yarn shop. So clearly I was picking the hotel.
I was just going to say, who was in charge of those reservations?
That would be me.
Right.
Well, it also has an indoor pool,
Right.
which will be nice for the kids, and is close to lots of public transportation, which isn't really that hard in Portland.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
yeah. And then my parents are going to come up for that trip as well. They're going to ride the train up. And then when we get ready to leave Portland, we're all going to ride the train back down to their house and then pick up rental car. So it'll just shave some time off the rental car.
Yeah.
And be good.
Yeah. That sounds like a fun trip also.
It'll be good. I'm excited. William was very excited for the rental house with all of the people. But now he's even more excited about Powell's books. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. According to the
Not every child would be, so
I
that's
know.
good.
According to the Intertubes, it is the world's largest bookstore. So
That's fun.
yes.
Yeah.
It's a massive, massive bookstore.
Yeah. That's fun. I like bookstores quite a bit.
I do too. And it's they have new and used books, so sometimes you can find some very interesting things there.
Yeah. Knitting books are often in the used book place, in my experience.
Yeah, I
Good
will
reference books.
take a gander and see what they have when I'm there.
Yeah.
Once I pry my child out of the Dungeons and Dragons fantasy section.
You can just let him sit over there for
He's
a little
old
bit.
enough. He probably could be just fine.
Yeah, well, it'll give you more time to wander around. It's not like he's going to go anywhere.
You could get lost in that bookstore.
Right, but he can't get teleported to like some Dungeons and Dragons world.
Oh,
so.
that's true.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And like the food cart scene there is like outrageous and just a thing, and just the diversity of foods and people. And
yeah, it'll be a nice mix of city, a little bit of city time, which is been a few years, if not much of that.
Yeah. Nice little mix of some city stuff, and then we'll get out a little more in the country for a bit. Maybe, I don't know, we might make it over to the coast. I don't know. At some point, it's big country out there. If you haven't been out west or you don't live out west, it's totally different than things are here in the East Coast, where everything's really close together. So, a lot of driving at times.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, My sister went to Puerto Rico last week, and she's still there, actually. She's on her way home, I think, tomorrow. But so I got this sort of panicky phone call in the middle of the week, and she doesn't usually call when she's on vacation. They're gone, and so so when I saw her name pop up, I was like, so she's either hit the wrong button by mistake, or why is she calling me? And I was actually a little bit concerned because I don't know what could have gone wrong, but and she greets me she doesn't even say hello. She says, "How much do you love your sister?" And I was like,
oh no.
Kind of a lot, but it kind of depends.
Depends on what sister's calling me for.
Exactly right. And so she lost her driver's license. Yeah. But she had a Nexus card, so she needed me to go to her house, which is it's fine. It's not that far. I was at my office, which is my house is close to her house, but my office is not really that close.
Right.
So half an hour over there, get the card, half an hour back to FedEx it to her, to get it to her by Friday. And she's in some remote part of Puerto Rico in an Airbnb that has no real street address, and so the address is going to like the real estate agent because then they call them, I guess, because there's no real address. And the FedEx guy was just like, he just could not understand this at all. And I was like, this is what I've been told. Put this into your address machine and send it there.
Yeah.
And he was just like, well, it says there's a P.O. box. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have a P.O. box.
Right.
This is what I have. This information right here.
Yes.
And as it turns out, it was fine. She had her card by 11 o'clock on Friday morning.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yes, it was not inexpensive.
I can imagine.
It's this little tiny thing in a great big envelope. Yeah. However, so that was exciting.
Well, but she can come home.
Yes. Well, she said she called the DMV, and apparently they gave her some sort of
went around.
No, they were very helpful, and they gave her some special number that you can use, and the woman assured her 100 times. She's like, people come home with far less information than this. Trust me, they will be fine. But she just was like, if I could, she said, I know where that card is in my house. If I could just have that done.
Right.
There's like 4 flights, so it's just kind of a pain to have to go through that every single time you check through.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not, you have to check it on every flight because it's not.
And is it, but it's domestic flights, right?
It is, although the FedEx
Rico.
guy was like, well, that's international. I was like, really?
Puerto Rico? Not really.
It's part of the United States.
Yeah.
In a fashion. But no, you have to pay international rates to send it. Yes, it's fine.
Okay.
My sister, when she got her card on Friday, texted me and she's like, gifts have been purchased. Thank you. So we shall see what kind of exciting thing
I
comes
can't
back
wait
for
to
me.
hear what you get from Puerto Rico for this.
Right, exactly right. Yes, be exciting. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm living vicariously through her travels this last week or so.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
Well, hopefully, other than that, they had a wonderful
so
time.
far on Wednesday when I talked to her, they were having a lovely time. They'd only been there for 2 days, so
Okay.
yes. Luckily, she discovered very early on that this had happened. So, and she said, I harangued everyone in my family to make pictures of things and bring 2 forms of ID. And what did I do as the trip organizer? I did not.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I thought about bringing that wallet with me and I didn't. And so now, next time I'll have a whole bag of IDs with me. Oh, it's too funny.
Yikes.
Exactly. But meanwhile, I had my windows down on the way over here today. It was so exciting.
Freakishly warm outside.
62 degrees, and I feel like it feels like it's 80.
Yeah, it's very warm.
It's so strange. Mainly because it was 30 yesterday at one point, I think, in the morning. Like,
Yeah, it was
Saturday
chilly.
night was freezing cold, and I don't know, yesterday I got up to 50 maybe. But anyway, it was, I was like, wow,
All right. This
hot
is
out. Oh, yeah,
annoying me.
it's your turn. Is that
Oh, it
better?
needs to go the other way.
Oh,
Sorry, guys. Extreme close-up of me.
what are you doing?
Moving it over because now I'm making it worse.
Oh,
Because I'm like almost centered in the screen and you're like off to the edge.
that's all right. I'll just lean my head in.
Okay. It was imbalanced
Oh,
and it was making me crazy.
oh.
There, that's better.
Right now you're off the screen.
I'm not. I'm also trying to stay out of the sun because
Yes.
the sun's going to come through there real quick.
Yes, right through that one spot. I guess another solution would be that we just get curtains or shades. Like, get rid of these stupid things and put shades in these windows that you can roll up and down.
I mean, Lowe's sells those like honeycomb ones. I put them in my office. They're not outrageously expensive.
No.
They're easy up and down, no cords, diffused light.
Yeah. Maybe.
So
It's just annoying that the one slat that's missing.
is the one in the middle.
Right. Right there with the sun. Right
Well,
here where the sun
the
is.
problem is that those shades.
Maybe we should move the table.
Is that those shades are just a hair too long
Yeah.
for that window. That's part of the problem.
Well, plus there are those crappy vertical blinds, which I do not like at all anyways.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It won't help to move the table for those of you that are like, well, that's a good idea. Because there's 3 windows. So no matter which one we put the table in front of, I'm quite sure that will be some
The
sunshine.
sun may also be going behind some clouds, so it may be a non-issue.
Yeah,
here.
hopefully. Yeah, anyway, it's been very exciting to have the sun, though, I have to
Yes.
say. And from a week ago snow,
Oh my god.
was it? It was?
Ridiculous was last Tuesday.
Right, I was going to say. I was thinking about it this morning because I almost took some more daffodil pictures to show people that not only did they survive, but they are quite happy now.
Yeah.
And they're all happy yellow bundles of pure
Yes.
joy around my yard.
Yes. Yes, we had a freak snowstorm last week
Unbelievable.
that caused all kinds of problems.
It was not good, actually. I
It was
mean,
really bad.
6 inches of
Super heavy, wet,
yeah.
ridiculousness.
And then it rained.
And the
I
ground
don't
was
even know.
really soft, so the dirt roads were a mess because they couldn't plow or do anything with them.
Oh, that's right. I don't live on the dirt road. I was like, oh, that doesn't look good over there. I will say this, the next day, like there was still a little bit of snow. It melted in like less than 48 hours, but the grass was so green, so incredibly green. It was crazy. It sort of moderated back down to like normal green, but it was like bright emerald green. Yeah. Vermont in the spring. What did I just saw something on the way over here and I was like, that's a sure sign of spring. Oh, it was the student painter signs. Those yard signs that they're like
collegiate painting or whatever.
Right. Yeah. This one said student painters company or something like that. But yes, that's what it was. And I was like, well, there you go. It's definitely spring now.
Paint signs are up.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, should we?
Probably. We probably should. Yes.
Move things forward here.
Yes. I can share all my partially finished.
Okay. I have some new ones going on here.
Yeah.
So, all right.